Let us take a look at brief history of coronaviruses. First of all, there are two versions of rumors. In one version of the rumor, the virus was engineered in the lab by humans as a bioweapon. In another version, the virus was being studied in the lab after being isolated from animals and then escaped. So let's walk through what we know about the virus, and why it's time to put the lab rumor to rest. If you have a disease where most people get sick, and it has a high fatality rate, then what you can do is you can find those people. Do source control, quarantine them, do contact tracing. But if you have an illness that is mild in a lot of people, so they do not even interrupt their work schedule, they are still going around and doing what they do socially. And there is this whole that only the tip of the iceberg is asymptomatic people. Then it is going to be extremely difficult to control. All of these coronaviruses originally came from bats, and bats have over 500 different coronaviruses. Only 7 have made the jump to humans. 4 that cause the common cold, SARS, and MERS, the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome. And where we believe they are coming from is what we call wet markets in China, where they keep live animals, and basically the feeling is you get some kind of invigoration from the animal. But the closer it is to have been alive, the more you get. And so they keep these animals alive, stacked on top of each other in these wet. A perfect way to transmit viruses back and forth between species. And they are all closed now in China, and the Chinese government has made a suggestion that they are gonna try and outlaw these wet markets. This is really ingrained in traditional Chinese culture, and so it would be very difficult. But, if we do not close these wet markets, we will see more coronaviruses. And so, for SARS, it was from bats to civet cats, and the civet cats were actually kept in the restaurants in Hong Kong until they were ordered. And so the civet cat had one from the bat to the civet cat to humans. For MERS, it actually went from the bats to camels. And it is the camels that are transmitting it to humans. In this situation, the highest suspect is the pangolin, and pangolins are basically armored anteaters. They are mammals. They are an endangered species, but they were kept in these wet markets, and there is a coronavirus from a pangolin that is a 99% match with this current coronavirus. So that looks likely. The sad thing is that despite the fact it is endangered species, and it is illegal to sell them in China, this is the most trafficked endangered species in the world. The meat is considered the delicacy for rich Chinese, and then the scales are used in traditional Chinese medicine. If this video has been useful to you, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe.